Hello. Alright. Today we are going to be doing a review on the Batman film. It's been out for some time now. Like 2 weeks, I think. Maybe a bit more, but I only just saw it on Sunday, and it is now Thursday. And well, yeah, I was gonna do this video before, like a bit after I saw it, but I didn't get any time. And yeah, this film was just really, really good. One of the best Batman films, to me, like the best, if like if you like seen it more than once. But first time, it was one of the best Batman films. I don't know if I could say it's better than like, The Dark Knight or other Batman films, but it was pretty good, and it was a bit different because they made the villain, the main villain, Riddler, anyways, which I don't think he's been a villain in the main villain in any of the Batman films. That was the Jim Carrey one in Batman film late 90s, I think. I don't know. It was one of those films that were not really well received, but anyways, yeah, I really liked how they did the film, and I think Robert Pattinson did a pretty great job as Batman, because I remember when I first saw the trailer for the film, I was like, is this actually going to be good? Because I thought the suit looked a bit weird, and I thought, I don't know if he's going to be a good Batman, because he's just the guy from, Twilight, or those films suck, and whatever. But he's actually a pretty good actor, and did pretty good. And, well, so did every other actor. The cast and every just character in the film is pretty good. And yeah, I think the way Bruce Wayne was in this film was much different, because he's not, he's rich, obviously, because he's Bruce Wayne, but he doesn't, act as like a playboy, showing off, wearing suits everywhere, being really confident. Like, he's still really, he's pretty goth, kind of shy, kind of guy in this film, even in public when there's loads of people watching him. Which is a bit different to how he normally is in the comics and films, but it's a bit different, and I think it suits pretty well with the rest of Gotham, and the city was pretty well, you get a good view of the entire city in this film. And I think I really liked the fight scenes in this film. They had some there was it was a bit slow where you got into the action from the beginning. You had to wait a bit of a while to get into some good action. But, once the action came, it was really good. I especially liked that scene. I don't know, it was just after I'd say halfway through. I don't really know, because it's not like I have a timer while in the cinema of how long it's been on for. But where he's basically walking down a dark little room, no lights at all. The only time you actually see him fighting the people is when the bad guys are shooting guns, and you can see those little glimpses from the gunshot lights. I think you can see it here, actually. It is a very cool scene. Probably one of the best. And yeah, there's a lot of epic moments, like when he's driving his Batmobile and he comes through the fire when the Penguin thinks he's dead. I think the way Penguin was in this film was really good as well. Much different, obviously, than Danny DeVito's Penguin. He was a bit, yeah, well, yeah, different, a bit funny. Those older films were a bit weird, but yeah, there were some really cool bits in this film. But I think Riddler was one of the most interesting characters, because he was like a serial killer terrorist. It was a bit weird, especially compared to Jim Carrey's Riddler, because it felt very real but also non-real. It felt like it could be real if the whole world was just really exaggerated, you know. Um, but it felt like it was trying to be like real, but not as real as like the Dark Knight trilogy was trying to be. You know, that felt way more real than this, but it still felt like, you know, it could be real. You know, especially Batman's suit, and it's everyone's costumes really, because Batman's suit, it doesn't look. Yeah, he's Bruce Wayne's a billionaire. He could probably afford a really cool suit, but is he? You know, this looks like a handmade suit. It doesn't look that too complex. It looks like all the gadgets that Batman uses. It looks like it could be real life, as well as like Catwoman. She had like just basically just a cloth on her head, really, with some holes in it. It looks real because like Catwoman in this film's poor, not really poor, but like not hasn't got loads of money, it seems. And Riddler is just a leather costume with just a leather mask. And yeah, well, I was gonna go on to Riddler. He's very interesting in this film because he's just insane. He's very different, like I said before, but it's very you know, it feels a bit weird when he's on. He does make some weird noises in the film though, and because I went to the cinemas with my friends, he kept making these weird noises, you know, just like my friends were laughing in the cinema, which is obviously supposed to be serious and it's scary, I guess, not really for us, but like obviously the people who characters in the film, you know. But it was kind of just funny for me and my friends, as well as the when he gets arrested in the shop, one for the cafe, he's just like saying lines about pumpkin pie and all that. I find that bit was just really funny. But yeah, the ending, it's not like an insanely big fight at the end. It's kind of just, you know, there are a lot of fighting. There's a really cool bit where he throws a smoke bomb at Batman and he kills lots of people. That bit was really cool. I think those kind of scenes in this film were really cool, where Batman he feels like Batman. Yeah, it's really cool. And yeah, I also really like Catwoman in this film. I didn't think I was gonna like Catwoman, but I did, because I don't know if they were gonna make, you know, because in a lot of things, Catwoman and Batman are kind of like, you know, they kind of love each other, but not really, you know. Catwoman's a bit weird sometimes. And they kind of made it like that in this, you know, but not like too much with those characters there. But a lot of people think about like how long it is. It's like nearly 3 hours, you know, a few minutes away from being 3 hours long, which is obviously a really long film. And it did feel really long because, especially at the beginning, it's a very, very slow film. It takes quite a while for it to like actually get into the good stuff, you know. But I think a lot of people are saying that it could have cut back with a few scenes and stuff, and it could have been you still could have fit all the main story in there. And yeah, you could have, like, it would have been pretty easy, you know. There's a lot of scenes where it's just really slow. But I think it being longer and the film being slower at the beginning was actually good for the film, because it felt mysterious, you know, with it being that long at the beginning. And apparently the original, or like, you know, film was supposed to be like 4 hours long, apparently, which is absolutely insane. And I feel like they might release that kind of version, or maybe the scenes the deleted scenes that would have been in that 4 hour version on when the film comes out after it's been out in cinemas. And yeah, I really like all the other characters as well, like I was saying before. I think every character, also like Alfred. I didn't think I was going to like Alfred because he doesn't look like, you know, old, fancy Alfred. But I like him because he's not really like some inspirational guy to Batman, you know. He's not like there just to be like, you know, his butler with, you know, some inspirational lines. He's kind of like, you know, his friend, you know, his actual partner, trying to solve, like, you know, the crimes, like Alfred actually does a lot of the, he tries to solve some riddle now with the Batman. I think he's pretty good, but also, like I said before, with it being a slow film, there's a lot of bits where, like, it is just really, like, there's not even any music, it's just complete silent, and I think it is really scary. Weird, you know, it's just being completely silent for a few minutes or talking. And yeah, the other thing that Batman didn't really talk in this film much. Saying when he's like Bruce Wayne, he's not a bit shy, kind of. He's not very talkative or confident. Same, just throughout, you know, he's not really talking all too much. Obviously, he sort of talks. He's the main character. He's gonna talk, but not loads. And that's also a bit different. But it feels right for the style of film. But also the music is absolutely amazing, as well as the cinematography of the film. You know, just everything that you want in a film that's good. This film has it. You know, like great music, and the cinematography is really good. Especially, bro. I think it was in the trailer where Penguin's car is tipped over, and then Batman's walking to him just very slowly through, like, with fire and stuff behind him. But it's like upside down. It looks really cool. It's like upside down like a bat, because it's Batman, obviously. Yeah, so the entire film's just cool. I would give it like a 9 out. No, I'll give it a 10 out of 10, because normally I give really good films 9 out of 10 because I need to give a really good film a 10 out of 10. So I rarely give films 10 out of 10. But it was a really good film. You know, I think it was just as good as Dark Knight. I think maybe even better. It doesn't just go for, like, you know, Joker as the main villain. You know, it tries something different, being the Riddler as the main villain. And apparently there's going to be sequels to this, and there's going to be a new universe. And apparently there's not going to be any characters like Superman or whatever. There's not going to be any people with superpowers. Because I like that. Because first of all, I hate Superman. Worst superhero. Don't care what you say. No one likes that guy. And also it just stays with the realism, you know, people having superpowers. It kind of takes away from being realistic. But yeah, apparently there should be like a few more films, which I'm definitely going to watch. I think they're just going to be just as good, unless they screw it up. Hopefully they don't. You know, it's going good so far, you know. And so yeah, this is kind of my review of the film. It's my first film review. It kind of sucks because I did not write a script, did not write any even sort of general ideas of what to say, and so the order which I'm saying all this stuff is probably seeming really out of order. It makes probably no sense, but I think that's kind of good, you know. It's kind of just a bit raw, you know. I'm not writing stuff down with fancy words, thinking of what to say. It's kind of just me getting on here, saying what I think of Batman, the film, of the Batman. And yeah, so I think it's a really good film. I've said that absolutely loads of videos, and it's really good, because it is really good. But yeah, anyways, this video is a bit more. Yeah, might do more of these, or video reviews of old films, or of new films, if I go see them. But yeah, hopefully you enjoyed this video, and well, goodbye. So bye.